We use RFID in our books to allow the patrons to be able to check out their own material, which frees up the staff of the library to help them more on a personal basis. So it's more time on personal one-to-one than we could have before because of the RFID tags. The way we started doing this was the company that used to be called Vernon, which is now Integrated Technologies, came to our library, and they were just starting in this business, and they wanted to have a library system that could work with them to see the success that this would bring for the public in library work. So we, together with them as a company, tried it out and tested it for them, and saw how worthwhile it was to the people in our area. And because of the lack of monetary resources for public libraries, we had such short staff. We had to do something to be able to help the people, and this was one way of doing it. We could use the radio frequency tags so that they could check their own materials out, and the staff would not have to check materials out for them, and they could actually spend time with people.
Yeah, we're a family practice of dentistry. We practice in Suwanee, Georgia, have 4 dentists on our staff and 23 staff members all total. We're known as a high-tech dental practice in Atlanta. Back in 1981, I got my first computer for the practice, and we've been in practice 31 years, so I've almost not known what it's like to practice without a computer. Well, everything grows, and as we grow our practice, we need to communicate with the patients a lot more thoroughly, a lot more comprehensively, and we have to build the synergy of our communication into the way we practice. And so we put in a lot of software products and a lot of hardware products that allow us to communicate and to treat our patients in a much more thorough way. One of the nice things about dentistry that's come along is called sedation dentistry, and we're using some pretty fancy, sophisticated equipment, pulse oximeters and whatnot, to read your blood pressure, your oxygen in your blood, as we let you sleep through your dentistry. So if you can monitor the patient while they're in treatment, they're going to feel a lot better. You know, we've always had the updated, most current state-of-the-art in the practice management software, but one thing that's really added to our practice recently has been a thing called Dental Sesame, and that was kind of the highlight that I want to talk about here at TAG. It's a program that lays on top of our normal software that we use in practice management, and it lets the patient enter into our business and take their data out and look at it, but it doesn't allow them to access to anybody else's. So they're able to pay their bills online, they're able to access their pictures online, they can look at their x-rays, they can look at their teeth being made online with the software. It also allows us to communicate with them too. We can go out and do email, we can do newsletters, it'll call our patients and verify their appointments. And they'll be able to use the internet to get their confirmations and let us know they're going to be there without us ever having to pick up the phone and dial. Well, technology has put us on the top of our profession. We adopt it early, we use it to its maximum, and we focus on technology as a way to treat people more efficient, more effective, and it's actually a lot more fun.
National Security Associates is a business that trains law enforcement and military personnel all throughout the world, based in Columbus, Georgia. And we've taken technology from video, audio, internet, and married that together in order to take training to a new level. We took streaming video technology and the ability to marry a lot of different technologies in the internet and looked at it. We looked at our final product and what our client wanted, and took existing technology that we were familiar with and married it with exactly what we're doing as a business to train soldiers and law enforcement personnel. You know, our first goal was to save lives. Well, this took it a step further by integrating the technology, by knowing the technology, and then integrating it with what we do. And by putting those two together, it gave us just the edge that we needed as a company, and it put us a step closer and faster to being able to take the technology and apply it in real-world situations and save lives. Exactly what we're doing with all these technologies and marrying them together is we're creating a reality-based training where when you go through, you're experiencing the exact same thing in a virtual type world that you will in a real situation and a real battle as such on the military side or a real SWAT type call out on the police side. But what they can experience there is they can experience just as real as they would in a real situation. They can make mistakes in training. We have something that we talk about in training all the time. Much better to bleed a little bit in training than to die in the real world. And that's what the technology marriage does for us. It allows somebody to go through as close as we can to reality.